Hey all, Josh here with Mojo Plays. Today we're breaking down the evolution of every single LEGO game by era, 3 separate categories that define the approach behind a game's design philosophy and its contributions to the following generation. Come along with me as we examine the turning points in this series of 90 plus games that spans some 25 years. What year did you play your first LEGO game? Be sure to let me know in the comments, and if you like what you see here today, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future videos. Let's go!
Hey, Papa, Daddy-o, Mr. Brickaloony, the pizza artiste.
Classical era. Welcome to the classical era of LEGO video games.
Find the balloons with the letter A. Here comes the right one now. Okay.
Taking place approximately through the years of 1995 to early 2005. Here we see loosely LEGO-themed adventures that are often disjointed from the previous and following titles, and owning by far the most experimental design approach. Early LEGO took a swung at simulators, learning games, sports titles, real-time strategy, and even poorly aged chess. The classics are notable for keeping their gameplay focused primarily on LEGO's hallmark theme of building. If you're racing, you best bet you'll be piecing the car together. If you're puzzle solving, the path to victory will be laid out in studs. Of course, elements of these mechanics exist to this day, but as we'll discuss in a little, a shift of focus was necessary to remain on top. Entries in this era, while simple in design, were the birthplace of their sassy and occasionally adult-leaning humor, another key ingredient that would carry through to almost all games thereafter. Unfortunately, the quality of the classical era ranged wildly in between titles. If you're looking for a LEGO game to pick up, I can only pray you ended up with something like Legoland or Extreme Stunts and not Alpha Team. Ugh. These early titles obviously suffered from their limited technologies, namely low resolution, long loading times, and characters only speaking in grunts, though with some exception. This is worth mentioning only to compare how far they've come in recent years. And we can't even deny that these factors add a unique, retro, childlike charm that the later games are somehow missing, like indie music or low-budget films.
Pepper, as our best and most proven builder, quickly get to the police station and build our helicopter. Hurry!
Many of the games in this era have been lost to time in the eyes of the public, with the exception of LEGO Island, whose wackiness and relative freedom made this non-linear first-person adventure better than it had any right to be.
There's only one universe where knights, wizards, pirates, and aliens can battle it out. LEGO.
Renaissance era, 2005 to 2012. Although the shortest, this era was paramount to a transitional period that defines what most people think of in terms of a standard LEGO game. Most importantly, we see the entry and rise to success of the licensed branded story-driven adventures. During this time, we have moved away from the concept of building every asset in the game and established a straightforward, streamlined gameplay experience with reliable quality. Even throwaway titles became highly polished hour sinkers, willing to fill the time in between major licensed releases. If you were a parent looking to buy any LEGO-themed video game off the shelf in the Renaissance, there was an almost guaranteed shot at success. Whether your kid is a fan of Star Wars, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, or Batman, they're gonna have a game with high replayability and loads of bang for your buck. Many of the best sellers, including the 2nd, 4th, and 5th most successful in the series, can be found during this time, and it set the standard to meet for future games. The stories themselves found in-game are entirely accurate one-to-one depictions of the movies, with occasional throwaway gags. It was a great way to introduce youngins to major motion pictures through a tamer lens. For example, the face melting scene. You know the one. The focus has now shifted from yellow LEGO people to well-known, marketable characters. Rosters are still impressive for the time, mainly in the Star Wars installments, but the range of gameplay is quite samey, no matter which title or character you're playing. The latter end of this era was backloaded with attempts at games in the mobile series. They were trying to find a place to introduce original LEGO IPs again. Though, does anyone remember LEGO Life of George? Genuinely curious. Modern era. And so we arrive at the present day. It may surprise you that I chose to define this time period between 2012 all the way to 2020. LEGO City Undercover was just too much of a departure from the Renaissance formula, one that they have continued to build off of to reach a level of LEGO gaming we're used to nowadays. Here we see a sort of safe return to experimentation. Just look at Builder's Journey. plus a greater focus on open world, more diverse and unique characters, while utilizing the enhanced visuals of modern technology. It's worth noting that this strive for larger and larger game lengths have turned some players away who are accustomed to the snappiness of the Renaissance titles. The years included here house by far the greatest chunk of recognizable IPs, all released alongside each other. Back to back, we have Jurassic World, LEGO Dimensions, which did the impossible, including Sonic, Scooby-Doo, Adventure Time, Simpsons, etc., Marvel, Star Wars, and Harry Potter, one after the other. There isn't a company on or off this earth that could release that much content with that amount of mass crowd appeal. If you want to play a LEGO game in the modern era or haven't for a while, I assure you one of them will suit your interests.
How do I get myself in these crazy situations? Get off of me, you big ape!
During this time, there's a heavier focus on sequels, and the re-innovation of what already works. Sure, they went beyond Gotham with LEGO Batman 3, but that wasn't the finish line. Oh no! LEGO DC supervillains remixed and respun what they were trying to achieve just 4 years earlier, bumping up the roster another 70 characters to the already 200, even allowing you, in a series first, to customize the storyline with your own player character. The use of voice acting in these modern games is a welcome inclusion to tell grander stories, although the brand-centric installments typically use ripped dialogue from their movie counterparts, which, while probably time-saving, this does give off a much cheaper sound.
You think you could find out what's coming?
I do. Besides this one, there's nothing that can't be explained.
Interestingly, LEGO gave another whirl at trying its hand at the building-centric game again, to mixed reviews, as the proof is in the pudding. LEGO Marvel Super Heroes is the best-selling LEGO game thus far, due to its massively connected universe and people just like action-themed gameplay.
Hey! I was about to rob this place! Sorry!
Ultimately, LEGO has remained successful by adapting. Why was the shift in focus necessary after the classical period? Well, it's safe to assume outlets like Minecraft and Roblox, or even physical LEGO bricks themselves, already met people's desires to build. So the premise these games originally operated off of had to shift to an adventure, character-driven experience. Compare this concept to old eras once again, where instead of heroes like Batman, you had names like Pepperoni as your flagship lead. This consistent innovation was for the better, might I add, looking at where LEGO Island 2 was going. Thanks to the hard work of the devs, a LEGO title is always a treat to be seen when released. I can only assume the next wave of LEGO games will continue the trend, branching into the latest massive brands, while maintaining their consistent quality. Hopefully the Traveler's Tales team and its associates can iron out the quirks of the modern titles, while keeping the spirit of what came before. It's a good time to be a gamer and a LEGO fan. That's all from me, thanks for watching. Check out these other videos right here on Mojo Plays. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified on our latest videos. If you like what I do, find me online anywhere under the name Chiptroid, and game on! See you next time.